If you're a heating and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, how can you get paid to learn, and why does this matter? This is an important question. I'm Scott Bell, coming to you live for HVAC technician sales secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. So here's the thing. In your life, in everything that you do as a salesperson, as a technician, you have travel time. And one of the best things that you could do is opt in to learn while you drive. Now, this is not something unique to me. There's been people in the industry that have been talking about this for years, but never in the history of salespeople has it been easier, because you have things like Audible. You have websites like Kajabi. You have training that you can get on YouTube. You have podcasts. And so here's what I would suggest that you can do. I would set a amount of time that you want to learn every day. Every day. So, you could screw around and watch sports, or you can watch, whatever car racing that you like, or whatever, fill in the blank. But set aside a specific amount of time that you're going to listen to content that you're going to learn, and that you're going to journal about it, right? So you can hear it, but like once you write it down, it's another element of the process. There was a copywriter, Sir Gary Halbert, the Prince of Print. And he would always say, when you write it down, it's a different mechanism for your brain. And so he would train ad writers to look at the best ads in the world and write copies of them. Okay. And so when you take notes and you write something down, or you type it and keep it in a folder, it allows for you to go back and research your own beliefs, your own information, and your own skills. And this is why you should join HVACTechSecrets.com. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. So your own learning university, let's just say this, let's say you're like, hey, Scott, I live in California, which I do. And you're like, hey, there's a huge Latino population and I want to learn Spanish. That only helps your career. So if you spent 2 hours a day learning Spanish while you drive, in 5 to 6 months, you would be pretty fluent in Spanish. And you're like, Scott, well, I don't live in California. I live somewhere where there's a huge German population. Okay. I'm going to say roughly 2 hours a day for 6 months, you could probably speak some pretty good German. And you're like, Scott, I live in a community where there's a ton of Italian people. Well, you fill in the blank for the nationality, okay? Or you do some research the other way. You're like, Scott, I really want to get good at closing. Here's the thing. Sales is a lot like cooking. Everybody's got their own recipe. They've got their own secret ingredient. Find somebody that resonates with you. Maybe just pushes your boundaries just to an edge. And say, hey, look, here's what I want to do is I want to learn how to do better closing. I want to do better question techniques, some Socratic method of questioning. But pick a topic and treat it like school and say, for the next month, I'm going to study this topic. For the next month, I'm going to study closing. For the next month, I'm going to study question asking. But I'm going to do it for 2 hours a day, minimum. 2 hours a day minimum. Maybe an hour, right? Your number is not my number. I'm just giving you an example. Okay, fill in the blank. Decide right now. Hey, for an hour a day, I'm going to learn about, there you go. That's what you're going to learn about. And then here's the thing. You have distractions and I have distractions. And I'm going to teach you a technique that I use for me to limit my distractions. So let's say I've got the YouTube going and I'm watching videos. I ask myself, is this helping me or is this hurting me? Is it helping my career or is it hurting my career? And if it's not helping me, I will literally say out loud, this isn't helping me get to where I need to be. I need to listen to some closing techniques. I need to go listen to this book. I need to work on my journal. Your ability to focus on what you need to do is really going to help you out. And keep a journal. Keep a journal. So at the end of the day, you could write, hey, here's my thoughts. You could type it in OneNote. You can type it in Word. You could type it in, I don't know what Apple calls your thing. I'm not a big Apple user. Even though I got an iPad, a MacBook Pro, like whatever. But just find a place to put those documents and keep really good notes, because it's not today that you need them. It's a month from now. It's 2 months from now. Learn how to take really good notes. Maybe take a couple of classes on how to use, OneDrive, how to use OneNote, how to use Evernote. There's all sorts of note-taking apps. But Notion.so has notes for you. But figure out a place you want to store it, and it really does help you out. You got one of two things to do from here. One of two. Find the subscribe button, and click on it. Every time I send a video, you'll get an update. HVAC Technician Sales Secrets and another fantastic video. You should check it out, which you should. Or hit follow. We'll see you soon.